Hey guys, welcome to another interesting segment on Home Truth Nigeria. So, I want to talk on this topic. Are you the woman your Nigerian man wants? Let us talk on this topic. Sometimes the stress and problems encountered in relationship can be easily solved the moment you start asking yourself real and honest questions. And most times we have this constant conflict between our head and our heart. One part of us is telling us something is not right, and then the other part of us is trying to silence it. And this is the first step of mistakes a lot of women make when it comes to deciding if they are the real woman their Nigerian man wants. Now, in case you don't know, an average Nigerian man has or have preferences on the type of partner or woman he wants. And it's very important to ask yourself this question: if you are the actual type of woman he wants, or are there other reasons why he is with you? So today's video, I will put out short points to make us find out if you are indeed the right woman your Nigerian man wants. Now, before I go, I would like to say this again. Every lady is beautiful and unique. You're unique in your own way, you're beautiful, you are special, but still, no matter how unique you are, it still doesn't eliminate the fact that each individual has a preference on the type of woman they want to be with. Now, having said this, we need to understand that in Nigeria, we have what we call the standard of beauty with some Nigerian men. So you need to understand, as a Western lady, what does the mind of a Nigerian man, an average Nigerian man, interprets as the standard of beauty. It's very important for you to understand this. If you're dealing with a Nigerian man or you're planning to go into a relationship with one, now, this beauty standard is not shared with every Nigerian man. Like I said before, each and everyone has got preferences on the type of woman they want. But there is one general thing most Nigerian men agree on when it comes to the standard of beauty in a woman, and that is shapes and curves. Yes, you heard me right. Most Nigerian men agree and like shapes and curve in a woman. Now, we don't need to pretend and try to eliminate this that is not important, especially to the women who are sapiosexual. Well, it is very good, but no matter how sapiosexual you are, Nigerian men love shapes and curve. We really do. Now, an average Nigerian man may tend to appreciate curvy women, often, favoring shapes that is characterized with the big behind, a big buttocks, tiny waist, a large breast. These preferences Nigerian men show is indeed, it aligns with our cultural idea of beauty. Just as in the West, the men and the women have a beauty standard, we do have ours. Now, it doesn't mean if you don't have a big buttocks, Nigerian men won't find you as their type. It doesn't mean if you don't have a big boob, Nigerian men won't find you interested. But the most important thing we're talking about is the shape, just to make sure you're not shapeless. Nigerian men don't like women who have not got shape like a moeba. And this is the honest and painful truth. And that is why you have a lot of cheating happening. And a lot of funny stories of Nigerian men leaving their women married to in the West, and going back to Nigeria to get a woman. What do you think would happen? You think a Nigerian man would leave a young lady like this in good shape and then go for the lady on the right? Not that I'm talking down or trying to talk bad on any lady, but let's all be guided. I'm just being factual. The difference between the lady on the left and the lady on the right is that the lady on the left may not have the money and may not have opportunity, to give the man a better life, but she is indeed the spec and the type of woman the Nigerian man wants. But because of the condition of the Nigerian man, he's not looking at the woman on the right. The difference is that she is from the West. She has passport and she's got some change. So she has more opportunity to give this man a better life. Not necessarily that this woman is the type. Now, having said this, to understand if you are the type of woman your Nigerian man wants in terms of form and appearance, the first way to determine this is to look at his ex Nigerian girlfriends, or maybe women he had dated in the past. Now, the first thing you want to do is to check his ex or exes, mostly the Nigerian ones. Now, I'm not saying this is a guarantee. However, try to know his exes. Maybe you will find a pattern. It could be your Nigerian man loves taller women because he is not tall. So for that reason, he loves women who are around his height or women who are a little bit taller than him. Just for the sake of his children, because Nigerians also put that at the back of their mind. If they are short, they don't want someone shorter than them, so they start having kids. They don't have short kids. It could be your Nigerian man love women who are shorter and you are tall. It could be he loves these women who are petite. It gives him the opportunity to handle them as he wants. Or it could basically be your Nigerian man is attracted to women who are chubby, who got flesh on their belly, on their thighs, and everything. And because of this, he doesn't find slim women attractive. Or it could be your Nigerian man is totally into women who look fit, women who are not chubby. So understanding the ladies he has or he was with in the past would give you some aspect of clarity on the type of woman he wants. Also, it could also be your Nigerian man basically has a preference in terms of color, because in Nigeria we have a huge problem on colorism. It could be your Nigerian man is more into darker skinned lady, because to him the darker skinned lady appears to be more beautiful. She reflects the true nature of what an African woman is like, as opposed to a lighter skinned lady. And it happens you're light skinned. It could also be your Nigerian man is more into to light skinned lady as opposed to black skinned lady. So this is why you need to see the kind of women he had dealt with in the past to understand if you are actually the type. It could also be your Nigerian man love women with good butts, which is very common amongst Nigerian men. Do not be deceived. Nigerian men love women who have good butt. I'm not saying big. Now I'm not talking about size like big. I'm talking about shape and size, which is very common in Nigeria because these things are our cultural idea of the standard of beauty. Now, if your Nigerian man is someone who has dealt with ladies who've got good and sizable butts, and it happens to be that you are flat, and you've known him to always is past the women he dealt with are of a particular shape and size in terms of their nyash or butt, as we say in Nigeria. This will give you a clear definition on the form and appearance of what he wants in a lady. Now, to further give you insight on the kind of woman your Nigerian man wants. The moment you've established, okay, the kind of women he dated before, and you know that he has a type, the next thing you want to do is to narrow your search down to his social media friend list. It's important to check the type of women your Nigerian man is following on Facebook and on Instagram. See what kind of woman is following. It's very important. Maybe you are older and you're dating a younger Nigerian man, and it seems the women he has on his friend list are of a particular age, and this particular age on estimates is something that you are older. It gives you a clear idea of his preference in terms of age. The same thing with shape. It could be the women he has on the social media are women of a particular shape. The same thing with body size. It could be they have a particular body size. The same thing with color. When you look at this and you see you're the exact opposite on the type of women is following, then you know that perhaps you are not his type. Now, a lot of you may ask this question: what if he likes my personality? He likes the way I talk to him, the way I comfort him, the way I help him solve things, and all of this. It's nice. Personality is very good. I mean, it's good to have a good personality, but the truth is that personality is just a fragment from the pie. It is good, it's a fragment from the pie. The big question you should ask yourself is he attracted to you? These two very important question. Is he attracted to you? You need to find out if you're his type. And one way is to know if he's attracted to you. Some of you will say, well, he says he loves me, and I think he's attracted to me because when I visit Nigeria, we sleep, blah, 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 and stuff. These things does not in any way point that he's attracted to you or you are his type. You need to understand that when a man is desperate, there is no hope. Things are dark. He has looked at the situation of the country and he's found no hope. He will present anything and do anything just to make you feel like you are his type and you love him. It's a phase. It's what I call pseudo love, pseudo attraction, pseudo feeling. It's not true. And the moment things get better, he starts looking on how to meet the woman that is his type. It is natural. And this is where cheating starts. So the big question I always ask some ladies is this: If you take away your nationality, American, Canadian, Australian, European, if you take away the money you send to him, would you still be his type of woman? It's a question you need to ask yourself. It's important to know this because you need to give yourself clarity. If you are the type of woman your Nigerian man wants, is he with you because of your nationality and the money you present to him? Because these things are like gateway to opportunity, a land flowing with milk and honey. If you want to look a reverse of what is happening in terms of culture and the preference for Nigerian men, one place you should look at is Asia. Countries like China, Japan, Singapore, India, Thailand, the Philippines. You look at the women married to Nigerian men and you see things like this. From women in the Southeast of Asia, you will see the age gap is not much. Mostly the men are most times older. You will always see this. These women are capable of having kids for these men. And these men from this part of the world, they don't marry to women who've been divorced twice, and maybe some of these women have never been married before. And that is why you hardly hear negative news of Nigerian men involved in romance scam from this part of the world. Because Nigerian men, when they go there, they meet the women of their type and they marry like they marry in Nigeria. Look at India, you see the same thing. You will see the same thing. You see the younger Nigerian man going to marry the younger Indian lady, and they marry women of their type. But when you come to the West, these women come into Nigeria, you see things like this. And at the end of the day, when you see things like this, you don't need to think twice that this dude will dump this lady. You don't need to think twice that this dude will leave this lady and go start a family back home, because all of these things are defeated already. She's not his type. The passport and the money was the mover and shaker that brought these two people together. It's no brainer. These ladies are not the type. And the only thing that makes these women his type is the passport and the money these women present to him. Now, guys, the truth is, everyone has a type. And sometimes you need to be honest to yourself to know if you are the type of woman your Nigerian man wants, or if you are the woman to help him cross the next phase of his life, especially maybe bring him to your country and then he leaves you. It could be your destiny, to help Nigerian men come into your country and then they leave you. Most especially Western women who are dating Nigerian men way, way younger than them, and they see it to be love. Now, I need you guys to wake up because we Nigerians, we are very selective when it comes to picking a partner. We are very, very selective. We're selective even up to your age, even up to your family. We are very selective. And trust me when I tell you this, we all have a type. Love is important, yes, but love is not just the only reason why we get married. Other things must fit into the bracket before we get married. So, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe. One Truth Nigeria, peace out.